Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I'm in Bidford upon Avon, which is a small town located near probably a more recognisable town that you might know of called Stratford upon Avon. Both of them have something in common, and that's right, they're both riverside towns on the river Avon. Just to get you up to speed, I've bought myself a boat, and I'm not going to lie, it was a bit of an impulse purchase. It isn't something that I've been really sort of actively thinking about my entire life. It just, I don't know, right time, right place, boat came along, and here she is. The reason for buying Laurie Lou, the Shetland 4+2, which really is a bit of an escapism for me and Sarah. Just to give you a bit of a lowdown, we've got three grown-up nearly fell in then. We've got three grown-up kids living at home. We wanted to try and have a bit of escapism, really. We looked at static caravans, we tried a bit of van life, that didn't work out. And I don't know, just owning a boat just sort of took me like a wave, if you pardon the pun. And well, here we are. This is, I think, the second or third video I've done in the boat life vlog on the channel. First one I talked about, well, buying it, then I gave you a bit of a sort of tour of the boat, and now we're really getting into the thick of it. We've decided that we want to spend a little bit of time doing the boat up, making it cosy for our weekend escapes, giving it a good clean, and that's kind of where we're at the moment. Before we get into today's video, which is really going to be about me cleaning the entire boat from top to bottom, let me give you a little bit of a tour and an update of what's happened so far. So we just climb in and I'll update you. Right, so we've emptied most of the boat out. I'll start inside first. Emptied a lot of the boat out, loads of bin bags, loads of rubbish, and we've taken all the cushions off. Sarah basically wanted to replace the lot of them. The foam was all horrible inside and the covers were disgusting, and well, they were just all a bit dated as well. So Sarah wants to try and make it really cozy, so she's at home as we speak putting together some covers on some new foam that we've ordered. I'll put the links to everything that we've bought or buying or whatever in the description, so you can check them out if you're interested in doing any of this yourself if you've got a boat. But if you're just watching this for a bit of a laugh, then basically that's what's happening. So she's doing that at the moment. We cleared out all these cupboards down here, so there's nothing really in them, and Sarah's started to paint around the edges. She's got an issue with this wooden effect, which I don't mind it, but it does look a bit dated. But I do appreciate that this kind of teak look is a bit of a boating thing. This is all just progress really, and a journey that we're going on. We're not fully decided what we're doing. Come along, man, subscribe to the channel and just check out seeing the boat as it looks now to how it's gonna look, and then you can follow us along on all our journeys on the River Avon. Sarah's put down some new thick foam and covered it with some leather, and it looks absolutely great. Let me show you. So look at the difference. Now we've got this cream, brand new, with foam that's brand new. Look how thick it is as well. Two seats here and here as well. So that's the first thing that we've really done, or should I say Sarah's done, on the boat to make a big transformational difference. There's a bench that should go down the back there, but it's kind of broken, so we're gonna make a new bench and then put another cushion along here, probably a blue one to match these driver's seats here. Perfect. So let me show you this area here, which I cleaned up the other day. So I've cleaned up all the, you know, the plastic or whatever around here, so everything's all nice and clean. I've added in some phone holders and I've added in some drinks holders as well. I've put a little hula girl on the front there, so I thought that'd be quite quirky, and we've got this little rubber matting thing here so you can put stuff on and it just doesn't slide around or anything like that. So that's really what I've done. That's basically all my efforts on the boat so far. Primarily been standing around just gazing and just sitting on the fact I can't believe I've actually bought a boat. I'm still in that sort of overwhelmed period, I guess. But that's why I've come down today, to try and flick that around a bit and just get some of this stuff done. So typically somebody else is using the hose pipe here at the moment, so I can't start the boat clean. Let me just show you the products that I've got though. So I've got some boat wash here, which I'm going to wash the boat with, obviously, and then I've got some glass cleaner which I'll use on the windows, and then here I've got some sail and canvas cleaner which was left here by the old owner, and I'm going to clean the canopy with this. But yeah, I mean, the boat itself isn't really that untidy. It's just got dirt on it really. I don't think it's been cleaned for God knows how long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you down, and then I'm going to work from there all the way down here, give her a clean, and I'll give you a bit of an update along the way. Made some absolute huge progress on Laurie Lou this afternoon. I've spent a few hours cleaning her up. Let me show you. She looks absolutely stunning now. A guy down the way lent me a jet wash, and you know what, I actually found it quite easy enough just to use some of this spray that I'd got just to clean her. But honestly, she looks really, really good now. She's got no lid on at the moment. Look at that. She's like something out of Miami Vice. Over here I've decided to have a little bit of a go at cleaning up some of the canopy off. I'm not going to get it perfect, but these are two that I've done already, and they are better than what this is what they looked like before, like this. So I've got some solution that I'm going to use to clean these ones here. I'm going to give them a go and hopefully they'll dry out. Sarah's on her way down in a bit to put some cushion covers on, I hope, so that's a massive upgrade. Look at this, guys. I've got her fired up for the first time. Would you believe it's the first time I've started the engines since buying the boat? You wouldn't believe it, would you? One thing I've noticed is there's this little clip here that needs to go on this red bit, because if the clip isn't on there it won't start. I didn't think it was an essential thing to have, but it actually is. So I tried it a few times, it wouldn't start without that clip in there, so that's something that I've learned. Give her a bit of throttle, and I know she's running fine. The only thing I know about these boat engines is as long as it's squirting out water, you know it's absolutely fine, because the water cools the engine, otherwise it will overheat. So I know that telltale, I think it's called, I don't know. Anyway, either ways, listen to that beautiful sound of a Honda 4-stroke 20 horsepower engine, and I'm really starting to feel at home now on Laurie Lou. I want to share something with you before we go back and check out the curtains. And I'm not sure whether I've mentioned this on the boat vlog yet, is talking about the idea of us leaving this mooring and going to another mooring down the road. So we've got a friend who's another mooring a few miles from here, and he's directly on the river. And of course we're kind of sandwiched in between other people, if you like. Sarah sort of coined it as being like a car park for boats, and she's not wrong. I hadn't really thought about it too much. I was sort of just on the belief that I think it's great because, you know, obviously the floating pontoon can move up and down, you know, with the Avon flooding. Well, I think it floods quite a bit. So that was kind of got me as being like, this place is awesome. But she did say that she didn't feel like it was very holiday homey, and I kind of get that, because it isn't, because you've got all of the boats around you, whereas and another thing is, on the river, the scenery is constantly changing, isn't it? You've got people going past you, you've got stuff going on in the fields, the wildlife, things like that. Whereas when you're in a pontoon like this, you haven't really got that. So anyway, long story short, there's a space over in another mooring that we're thinking about moving over to. Now, the owner of this mooring came over to me earlier. I ain't got the heart to tell him that I was thinking about moving just yet, so that conversation hasn't yet happened. He did say though that there might be space on the river here, so that's something else to think about. I need to phone him and just have a quick chat to see, is there a bit of space here, and then we can sort of weigh up the two and decide which ones to go for. I've just walked out here and onto the river itself, because he said that there was potentially some moorings opposite the big meadow. Don't know what the big meadow is, somewhere in Bidford. Well, so somewhere in Bidford. I think it's this meadow here, which is where people play football and cricket and stuff like that, and he said that there might be space. Take a look. So if I come down here, you can hear those planes up there. Ooh, here's another mooring. Look at this. This is interesting. So you've got a mooring here. Would there be room for us to get on the river here? And would we want to be here? So the other mooring, I think it's really peaceful. I don't think there's anything like football going on or anything like that whatsoever. It's just literally nothingness, which is kind of what we're after here. I don't know. Could we get her in here somewhere? Is there room? I don't know. It's a difficult one, you know, because we could leave here and then move to the other one and then think, bloody hell, wish we'd have stayed where we were. My God, look at, I don't know if you can see, there's some huge fish in here. But we was talking about trying to make the move next Friday, so you're going to have to stay tuned and subscribe to this channel, because are we going to stay here or are we going to move? Who knows what the mooring situation is going to be like next Friday. But I set a bit of a personal sort of deadline target to say to Sarah, look, let's try and get Laurie Lou in a position where we can spend our first overnighter on a next Friday night. So that is literally a week from now. On the boat this evening, sorry about that, carbon monoxide, just checking you hadn't fallen asleep on the video. Right, so we've got these seats now, which are kind of installed, not completely. Got that one to bring tomorrow. You can see how thick they are, so that's great. Wood that needs painting, but Sarah pulled off the masking tape, thinking about just doing white round the edges, but it basically didn't leave a straight line and looked crap. So decided to paint the whole thing. Good job really, because it looks way better. That's 2 coats. Needs 1 more coat on there tomorrow. The curtains. Sarah, do you want to say anything about the curtains? What are you saying?
I don't know, I don't like them.
She ain't happy. She ain't happy with the curtains.
Not thick enough.
They're not thick enough, which is one thing, and the colour may just be a little bit too blue, if you like, and they are kind of similar to the old ones that we've taken off, so Sarah's going to have a rethink about those. Maybe make them look a little bit more plush, maybe a cream colour. So in here, canopy's back on. It was a bit of a faff, I'm not going to lie, but I have marked where the canopies are. So front right, front left, so I don't faff about working out which ones go where. I've now got it in my mind about getting a new canopy, but I don't know, they are expensive, but it would make such a world of difference. I can't spend any more money. Yeah, and then everything else has come together. Clean the windows, got these new seats here, going to make that bench there talked about earlier. Engine's now firing up an absolute dream. We've done that, so we know the engine's okay. And yeah, that's about all I can say for today's video. Let me know what you think of this boat vlog that I'm doing. Give it a like, hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying this stuff. It's always good to know. Drop a comment, anything that you've seen, any ideas maybe we haven't thought about. Love to hear any comments. Subscribe if you want to carry on with this journey, because, well, I say carry on, it's only just started, but yeah, we're making some big changes, and yeah, can't wait for the next instalment down here on Loreloo, the Shetland 4+2. Thanks for watching, see you next time.